Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode 33 of the Locker Room Life podcast. As you can see, I'm here with my brother in real life, my other brother, Owen Baker, on the other side of this. But the boys are here live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But before that, just want to zip it around to my boy, Owen Baker, talk about life a little bit, and then we'll dive into the other details.
Good to be back, fellas. Obviously, I wish I could be there. You guys are grinding. Looks like a lot of fun, but still in school. Just the first game this weekend of the series. Hopefully, we can bounce back tonight against St. Thomas. But other than that, had a little birthday celebration on Thursday, which was nice. I'm 22, so kind of feeling a little old these days. But it's been good and glad to be back.
Hi, everyone. This feels very interesting being in person, sharing screen here, but it's awesome. Excited we get to do this. And we just got back, was that 2 nights ago now, working in a hockey event. It was unbelievable in Pittsburgh. And before that, last episode, I was recording in Punta Cana and then straight to here, Pittsburgh, with my best bud, Frankie, ripping it up. And we're actually, we made an audible today. We stopped, we made an audible, fake play. And now we're going, instead of bearing the minus 10 degree wind chill that it is in Pittsburgh right now, going to the Penn State game, a lot of logistics things, going to the RMU versus Bentley game. We're excited. We're excited to highlight not many schools a lot of people are talking about. Still amazing athletes nonetheless. And I got some more stuff the next week. Just busy, but it's awesome.
Here in Pitt, we went to the Working Hockey event. Nick Bowens, again, thank you so much for including us. We're honored to be part of it. Just being able to talk to a lot of people that are in hockey, but also that are looking to work in hockey. And again, I wish I had that, especially when I was in college, just to kind of like mold my career path a little bit. Everything ended up the way it's supposed to in my eyes, but I think just being able to have a really great network to tap into, a lot of really great people to build partnerships and connections with, it just helps that path. And it'll just kind of really helps you make some key decisions. Maybe some people that are in school, maybe some people that are in jobs that really want to get their foot in the door in hockey. I think it's a great event. He's going to continuously do them across the country. And I could see it kind of, even going into Canada. So really amazing event. And again, like Logan said, super excited to kind of dive into a couple amazing Division I schools that don't really get the biggest light, don't really get a lot of the coverage, but just being able to really show some atmosphere and to show the amazing college hockey atmosphere that happens all across the country. We're excited, man.
I know everyone saw these too. Big thing.
You guys saw it. Talking about our new partnership, Quench Hydration. We're super excited and we're so honored to be a part of this program. Like we said, this brand is growing just as fast as us. It's going to be a fun ride.
Flavors are amazing. You're going to see our mugs putting out a bunch of content here soon. We wish Bakes was here, but I know the Quench is on the way to his house up in Michigan.
Yeah, this is obviously a great brand and I live and die by it. I could drink it every day. I mean, it's that good. So I'm excited to get my hands on it. Yeah, big things ahead. All right, guys, we have some breaking news. This story is actually really crazy and it kind of hits a little bit close to home. This isn't the first time this has happened. We talked about it before. Another incident in Denver, but basically the team manager for the Oakland Junior Grizzlies out of Michigan, which is a really good organization, is for those of you who do know. But the team manager, her name is Christina Obermach, and she's 56 years old, and she ended up embezzling over $10,000 worth of the team's funds to the point where when they did find out, they didn't have any money for tournaments or ice time for practice and whatnot. And she ended up being charged with a misdemeanor, so I don't think she's going to at this point face any jail time. It's still going on, but crazy thing to hear, and it's terrible. You feel for those kids and parents. AAA growing up, as a lot of it's very, very expensive, and our parents, they pour their heart and soul into these guys. So for her to be able to do that, hopefully she'll be able to refund the team, but just terrible. Like I said earlier, like we've talked before, and there was another incident, I think, out in Colorado where this happened. So this is kind of like a new thing, and I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah, I mean, the sacrifice that hockey parents made, like we're the great products of parents that sacrificed a lot financially, time. And it's a shame. I mean, everybody that's listening, this is a shame. Hockey parents, hockey players out there know our parents are our structure, our rockstone, and multiple jobs and what they do for us to play this game. And more importantly, in the modern day hockey, how expensive it is. We know, even in the time that we play, I played in an era well beyond your guys, but you guys can know as well, even through that time, incremental growth in how much it costs to play hockey. And for us to be trusting these people with these hard-earned funds so that our child can continuously chase a dream, it's a shame. It's disgusting. And another part of this conversation is how this will be tried. This is a very serious crime, and let's call it what it is, because it's a crime. This is gross. And I hope that she not only recoups the money, but that there's a heavy penalty against her criminally, because this is just unneeded, not only for the game, but it's unneeded in society. This is theft.
He was laying down the law there. I don't even know how to follow that one up. I can't agree more. I think no matter what, hockey is an expensive sport. No matter what, at any era, no matter what, it's so expensive to be able to play at a high level and really succeed. And it really is a shame. It kind of leaves me for a loss of words. It's definitely like, I couldn't even imagine, oh my goodness, how mad my father would be if that happened with just a team manager of mine. And it's crazy. I really do feel for the families more than anything. And just to have that happen, it leaves it's no disrespect to the organization, but it leaves a stain on an organization, and not even one that they want or even wanted to even happen in their wildest dreams. It's such a shame, and I hope that these families can get their money back and some on top of that. Boys, I wanted to talk about this topic that it hits close to home for me, as I was a young OHL draft pick. And just to set the scene for everyone, when you do that and you want to keep your NCAA eligibility, before all of this, before the rule change, if you wanted to keep your NCAA eligibility, you needed to not play in any exhibition games, nothing. It was strictly just you go to camp, can't sign anything, you can't even take anything, or you will lose your eligibility. Simple as that. And the difference between the USHL back then was you could affiliate players. You could draft them and call them up and pull them up into your roster with no worries of losing any eligibility or whatever. But now, with the new rule change, we're already seeing it in the WHL. These teams are signing players, getting a hold of these young talent, and they're affiliating them. And it's never really been done before. It's kind of crazy now with this to see how it all unfolds. And I just want to get your guys' opinion on it, because the affiliate program has been such a successful thing for the USHL. And it's going to be successful in the CHL, I have no doubt, as they start to implement it. So it's just going to be, it's a big change, as we always say, Wild West.
Yeah, I mean, this whole year in general, I mean, we've seen guys going from major junior to college mid-year, switching from all different leagues. It's just really crazy. Being an affiliate, you go through the draft process. It's kind of how it would work in the USHL. You get affiliated, they have you develop, and then when the time's right, hopefully you get called up. I don't blame the CHL for, it's almost as if you're seeing at this junior level, this college level, it's ran like a pro roster. Like, it really is. And the talent at this level, at this point in the game, is probably some of the best it's ever been. So we definitely have to keep an eye out for it and see what stems from it.
Oh, this also plays into a topic that we talked about before, guys, right? I feel like the trend of guys leaving the USHL second half of the season, joining their respective colleges, that's going to continuously happen. Thus, you have to have some kind of affiliate system in order to replenish those players back. I hate to be so transactional about it, but let's be honest. Let's call it what it is. That's really what it is. But I do think what is going to continuously happen with that is it's going to happen younger and younger and younger. I think you're going to start seeing younger players play up mid-season, and it's just going to be this trickle-down effect along the line. So does it start at the top? Either college, guys are jumping to college, guys are then jumping from 18U programs or 16U programs to then fill in the junior spots. Then you're going to need to fill those spots. It's just this continuous wheel that's going to continuously happen. But again, the business of hockey, it's going to continuously happen because everybody is in the business of winning. Everybody's in the business of developing. And our developmental scouting system, as we know, with the emergence of social media, modern media scouting, nowadays, it's the Wild West also in the sense of like global scouting as well. Remember back in the days, guys, it was like you would hear a guy that was coming from a couple teams, had a couple imports. Now they're kind of integrated at a younger age. So, I mean, 13-year-olds are coming from other parts of the world playing up, which are then essentially causing roster spots to be limited. And then there has to be some movement. So then that guy will end up moving up. And then we're just looking at different trends from a scouting perspective of guys that want to improve their draft stock. So they're leaving, going to college. Another topic that we're going to continuously keep talking about, because I can tell you and guarantee you it's going to continuously change, so many moving parts. And again, it's getting younger and younger, and this feeder system needs to be developed. Boys, had to talk about an acquisition that happened in the hockey community this week. Live Barn, okay? We all know it. Telecasting all the games at all the rinks to the parents, to everybody, to all the players, so they could check their stats, watch their videos. You know how it is. Build their editing. We all know how it goes, but they got purchased. $400 million. Good for them, because in all honesty, that is just another lesson in business of filling a need. And they spotted that there was a need. And I'm going to tell you guys, we talked about this on the pre. I grew up and played in the USHL in a time where there was no live barn. So my poor father, bless his heart, he had to call me on the phone and ask me what happened in the game, talk to somebody else. And it was just, I love it. I love it because being able to have parents watch their kids and being able to stay connected in that way. And I think it just really built another channel of connection. That's what the hockey community is about. So good on them. Wanted to get your guys' thoughts on it because you guys grew up more in the live barn era. So
listen, huge shout out to Live. And I honestly think it was one of the best innovations in the hockey space for families who wanted to watch hockey, kids who billeted away. My parents wouldn't be able to live without Live Barn when I left home when I was younger. And I remember when it first came out, just to see how much they've expanded. They are into lacrosse. They're into everything. They do sports everywhere. Just to see that they started in the little niche of hockey is so awesome. And it's so cool. I can't even get just congratulations to the founding team. And, you know, obviously everyone who's helped build that up from the beginning. 400 million changes families. It's amazing and so cool. And like I said, awesome that it started in the hockey space.
Boys, I'd be lying if I said I didn't go on my phone after the game or practice, whatever it may be, and screen recorded something I did I thought was sick. Live Barn, you know, shout out them, obviously. You know, they did fill the void. There really was nothing like that back then. And I think like another perspective of it too is like they made it affordable. It's not that the subscription was necessarily like too pricey. So everybody, parents and whoever wanted to watch could watch. It's just really awesome. And to see they blossom, like there isn't a rink I go to now where there isn't a Live Barn. So for 400 million, that's absolutely life-changing. That's crazy. So congrats to the founder and what an innovation.
It became kind of a meme in the hockey space for a while, that not like them, but like, are you going to get your highlights from Live Barn and put them on there? So they just became a cult thing that everyone saw.
it's always nice to be first. When you're first, top dog, you're seeing a lot of the other platforms coming out. But again, when you're first, nice to just walk away and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Big interview we have this week. Colin Frank of the Dubuque Fighting Saints. This one's personal to me. He's a friend of the family. Give my boy Ty Azadi a shout out. Close friend of Ty Azadi. But what can I say about this kid? He's a California kid. He's had an amazing path, as you guys will hear through the interview, but there's also an additional piece of adversity that he had to deal with health-wise. And I'm not going to spoil it, but I will tell you that this is another true example of the hockey journey. Every journey is so unique and it's so amazing. And to see people that are accomplishing these amazing heights, and the future for Colin is so bright. Headed to UConn, and like I said, tearing up a little bit right now, but he's such a good kid. And it's about just believing in yourself, believing that you can be where you want to be. You just got to keep grinding. You just got to keep pushing every day. And yeah.
You said it the best. He's so close to Frank, and you know, Frank's good friends and good family. He's so funny on top of it. He is hilarious and such a very good leader for all of these people who are coming to Dubuque, seeing him down the road as he keeps advancing. That's just a guy you want to look at and look up to. And he's just a prime example. You know, such a good group of guys at Dubuque, and Frank is leading that pack. So it's awesome.
I've heard nothing but great things about him. I wasn't able to be a part of the interview, but just looking at what he's done in his 3 years in the USHL, you know, he truly developed into his own. He's on pace to crush his point record again for the third year in a row. So it's really cool to see. And he's definitely going to have a really good, successful college career.
Without further ado, Colin Frank. Hope you guys enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Locker Room Life podcast. This one's special to me. This young man I was able to meet years ago. He was a stud playing 16U AAA, and now this guy is a stud playing the USHL for the Dubuque Fighting Saints. Colin Frank, welcome to the show, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
So like we do with all of our guests, the hockey journey, right? It's been a long path, a lot of amazing things that's happened along the way. Kind of take us through hockey as a whole, just how you fell in love with it, especially in California. So kind of want to just dive deep into that first.
Well, yeah, for sure. Got into hockey, I think it was 2007 when the Anaheim Ducks won the Stanley Cup. Grew up in my youth rink right next to my house. I don't know if you guys know Saku Koivu, Hall of Famer right now is Atos Koivu. Me and him played together when we were first starting out hockey. So he just, right when they won the cup, became great friends just because see him around the rink, and this just motivated me. I just love the game. I always wanted to be a goalie when I started, so I can do the splits now still from that because I was trained to like be super flexible and stuff like that. But from California, for sure, it was a smaller hockey world, but eventually grew as time went on. But yeah, the hockey world now in California is great. And we have a lot of rinks, a lot of coaches, just like my buddy Ty Zotti loves the game. Yeah, just that's how it kind of grew up, just developing and having fun.
Yeah, man. California has grown into a crazy powerhouse over these past couple of years. I remember I'm in 04. I grew up that's when they started to really crush at that point. And then everything past that has been amazing. So it's so cool to see you're kind of leading the charge for all those guys. And were there any early influences? I mean, other than obviously Saku Koivu in your life, were your parents around hockey? How did it happen so fast and become so good and so important?
My dad and my grandpa they love the game. They love going to Ducks games, love watching fights. They kind of motivated me to just try it out, and I ended up really liking it. So that's all I could really think about when I was away from the rink, just hockey. So yeah.
Yeah. And Colin, I lived in California for a lot of years, saw the evolution of the game in California. We live in an age also of just everybody leaving, right? And it's the fact of the matter. Everyone feels like they have to leave California. Well, that was back in the day, not anymore, because of guys like you that have kind of paved the way to show that, hey, look, you stay here, the competition, you can play high levels. But just kind of dive a little bit deeper into the challenges of playing in California, going to tournaments. I was a part of it too. So I'd like to kind of share that experience that you had experiencing that as well.
California, obviously one side of the country. At the time, the biggest part, we're all the East Coast team, so we'd always have to go travel. So huge credit to my parents and all the California parents having to pay a lot of money on plane tickets and all hotels and stuff. But we just had to get exposure somewhere else because that's not a lot of the scouts at the time were in California. It was starting to still a little bit grow, but it was still more on the East Coast. So we would go over there, show ourselves out, and the scouting came from there. Just a lot of sacrifice, definitely. Just travel, you'd skip school all the time. A lot of kids do homeschool because, public school can't, you fail classes if you're not in class for most of them. A lot of hockey academies that built around the rinks and stuff like that. That was definitely huge. That grew a lot in California. So big credit to them for making it work.
That's a great point on the fact of really realizing that you're missing so much school at this time. And I didn't even think about it that way. Me playing and seeing all these LA teams come in. Obviously, we're missing school too, but you're having to leave 2-3 days before the tournament actually starts just to travel there. So it's nuts. But I wanted to ask, growing up, what do you think your favorite memory was of your youth hockey career?
Youth hockey, okay. The Pee Wee Quebec tournament when we were 12 years old. So
of course,
LA Junior Kings, we won that. So
that's awesome.
That was a huge.
That's awesome, though, dude.
It was really cool. Yeah, a lot of good memories from that.
That's a pinnacle for the youth career for sure.
Yeah,
that's actually an interesting point. Again, you played for and very close to an ex-teammate of mine, Alex Kim, played for the Junior Ducks organization, but also a member of Optimum Hockey Academy. Kind of walk us through the Hockey Academy, what that life was like, because again, the younger generation listening to this, it's just having options, a lot of different options along that level.
Obviously, online school is really good for travel, starting on that. It was based out of our local rink where the Anaheim Ducks practice and where the goals used to practice. So they're basically at the rink. There's 4 rinks and 2 of them for figure skaters, 2 of them for hockey, mix and stuff like that. But our classroom's in between one of the rinks. So we do classes for, 4 hours, then go right on the ice and then go in the gym after. So it's kind of like almost the juniors experience. So you're at the rink. You can do school if you're of age and stuff like that, college or high school, and then work out, skate. It warmed me up to the junior experience. And it was a lot of fun because we have our cars when we were 16, go out, grab lunch, come back and get ready to go on the ice. So it was a lot of fun. We had the ex-Anaheim Ducks assistant coach, Craig Johnson. He was a huge impact in that. And obviously Alex Kim and a couple NHLers, Jeff Friesen. It was really good. So we had really good coaching and it was a lot of fun to be around our buddies at the rink all the time and just bond like that, play on the same team as well. So it was really fun.
I could only imagine. I think that's awesome. And, to wrap up and put a ribbon on California, was there a player that from California that you saw and you kind of looked up to kind of blazing the path in front of you?
It's a great question. Well, I would say competitor. It's hard to remember all the guys that are from California that are older than me, but my old teammates, Trevor Connolly and Aiden Park, those guys were my teammates and rivals at one point. So they definitely pushed me to just keep my competitiveness up and just always want to get better. So those are maybe not role models, but just competitors that kept me in the game for sure. It was
I
fun.
love that.
Yeah.
Again, been very fortunate to meet your parents. Amazing people. The unsung heroes in this journey are our parents. Being able to support us through the journey, but also kind of shield away everything else that's going on in life and in the world and allow us to chase this goal, which they did for you. So this is an opportunity to kind of say something to them. What is something that you would want to tell your amazing parents for just everything that kind of supported you along this journey?
Yeah, it's a great question too. They're my life. They're always supporting me. If I have anything I need, they're there for me. They've made so many sacrifices that they've spent a lot of money for me, travel, everything. They're my life. I said that already, but that's all I can really say. They're amazing.
Yeah, man. I have the same relationship with my parents, and I know Frank does as well. And we know how much they sacrifice for us every day. Still, it's pretty crazy. But to go to the next point, the USHL, been buzzing in the USHL. I'd love for you to talk about, your transition from youth into the league and kind of where everything has taken you.
Obviously, going from 16U to juniors was a big step as a smaller player because there's some big guys in the USHL for sure. You want me to explain like my rookie year and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Rookie year, obviously we were a really good team. We made it to the Clark Cup finals. Started off the season really hot and then got put up 13 forward, had to keep battling through in the lineup. The mental battle, from what I learned in these past few years, it's really big. The whole game is mostly mental. Everyone really has the skill and the abilities, but it's all like how your brain puts it all together. So I learned that through my rookie year, especially. Just I know what playoffs are like. I know what it takes to win and stuff like that. The second year, keep building my confidence, just making sure I can be the best version of myself. All the journeys, credit to all my teammates and coaches that helped me get there. But yeah, Dubuque is a great town. I'm very fortunate to be in this city, and it's really a beautiful place. Even in winter, it is really, but it's a great experience, and I'm looking forward to this season ahead. We're going to be a really good team again and hopefully take home the Clark Cup.
It's amazing, and especially because I've seen you through this journey. And I kind of wanted to take you just a little bit back into going from 16U to the USHL. Huge step, obviously, as you know, but more importantly, a huge accomplishment. Through that course of time, did you think, and again, starting back on what we initially talked about, a lot of people thought that they needed to leave California. Take us through your thoughts, because really that's believing in yourself, right? That's self-confidence. That's you believing in the player that you can be and reach your highest potential by staying where you are. Kind of talk about, did you think about leaving? Were there opportunities? And what really, from a dedication standpoint, felt like you were in the right area to make the huge jump into the USHL, which is the best junior league in the world?
Well, actually, I did leave. So after 14U year, a lot of the teammates on the Kings, where I was on, they all left off to like Mount St. Charles and just a bunch of other prep schools. I actually went up to Bishop Kearney for the first 2 months of the season. It wasn't a great fit. I have a lot of food allergies. I'm allergic to eggs and dairy. So that's a lot of tough for like breakfast situations and all food really. So it wasn't the best fit for me on and off the ice. So I ended up going back home, playing for Alex Kim, playing up a year in 16U, and it was really good. It was the best thing for me. I probably should have made that decision to stay earlier, but I ended up in a really good spot anyway. So I'm very grateful for that. Going back to the confidence thing and believing in yourself, it's really all yourself. There's a lot of outside noise that people can say, but ultimately it's you and yourself and going through those journeys.
Like you said, we've been fortunate enough to talk to a lot of you guys from the USHL, and confidence seems to be a thing that comes up constantly in hockey players everywhere. It's something that can make or break a career. And as your game has developed, what do you think is the biggest takeaway so far that you've seen from yourself, seeing yourself grow over these years?
I would say the main one, especially, I just like kind of almost mastered in this summer, just being in the moment. There's a lot of stuff that, say you make a bad play, you can't undo that. So you wash it away, be in the moment, and you can't worry about the future as well. When you're in the present, it's more of like peace. Your mind is at peace. When you're in the future, it's worry. And then the past, it's kind of like depression or like doubt. That's the main thing. Just living in the moment, just believing yourself.
Buddy, we had the pleasure of hanging with the Dubuque Fighting Saints at Media Day at the USHL Fall Classic. You guys were a vibe. You guys were a group. The energy around that group is palpable. And I feel like the successes of a team cohesiveness is the expression of what sports is about. Not to glaze over the fact that you guys had 2 great wins, and that's no surprise to us because you guys as a group were buzzing and we loved it. Talk about Dubuque, man. You gave us a little bit of a tour before this interview. There's amazing facilities, amazing people. Talk about the amazing people at Dubuque and what you're going into every day.
the main thing with all of our coaching staff, players and everything, even staff in the rink too. I got Starzy behind me right now, our media guy. Love that guy. I think it's just the culture that we bring. So we always want to have a championship mindset coming into the rink every single day, but keeping it fun. Not too strict, but strict enough to where we go to work every day. So I guess our practices today, we had a pretty tough practice. Guys whacking each other, going at it. And then off the ice, we're buddies. We love each other. I'd say this is probably the tightest group we've had, or I've witnessed in my USHL career. And we just have fun every day and push each other. Just going back to the organization, we've been in the playoffs, I don't know how many years straight, but I think 12 straight years. It's just that standard of keeping ourselves the best version of ourselves every single day. Always want to be in a positive mindset, not too negative, and just in a growth mindset as well. Our organization, again, very, very fortunate to be the Dubuque Fighting Saints. So yeah.
This wasn't in the outline, but I wanted to say congratulations on being committed to the University of Connecticut. That is absolutely amazing, outstanding, awesome, amazing school, great spot. What was your decision that led you decide that was the right fit for you?
Thank you, by the way. In the recruiting process, all my mentors, especially my dad, was saying, when you talk to the coaches, you want to make sure you have that chemistry, I guess. You just feel like a clique. The culture as well. You love the campus. You love the facilities and stuff like that. That feel-good feeling when you're on campus and talking to the coaches. So when I chose UConn, it just felt natural. Just felt like it was the right move for me.
It feels like home. With hockey players, we have this innate sense to know that this is right. This is the right situation for us, and especially for the next 4 years of your life, making sure that it's going to be home for you. And I think that's awesome, man. But I want to take you into your mindset at the USHL every single day, right? We've been fortunate to talk to a lot of players that are in your same position. Division I is the next level. Talk about, you alluded to it, but staying present in this moment. You have exciting things ahead, but staying focused right now for the common goal of winning the Clark Cup this year, because that's really your focus and your mindset every day, right?
Yeah, exactly. Every day we actually have it written along a lot of our walls in the facilities. It says win the day. So again, back to my thing, in the moment. Don't worry about yesterday. If you had a bad day, don't worry about tomorrow. If we have a game day, just focus on the right now. How can we make our team better? How can I make myself better? Very repetitive. It's a grind of a season. Some guys look forward to Christmas break and stuff like that. So I'd say always earn my break. Always make sure I'm the best version of myself before I go to break. Have a good break and then continue to be me. Always be yourself off the ice as well, on and off the ice. If you try to be someone else, it's hard to have fun. So that's why our group this year especially is really good. We're all ourselves and we click really well together.
Yeah, man. We can definitely see that for sure. The boys the boys are definitely a tight group. And you said some key things there. And people listening, junior season is an absolute grind. It is day in, day out, going after it, no matter what. A question that I have, and something that you can shed a lot of light on, is, how do you stay motivated more than anything? Like, what keeps you motivated? What keeps you going and focused every day when you're grinding through it, when it's January and -10 and you have to wake up in the morning for practice? And it's a reality that players don't come to grips with until they're there.
What keeps you motivated is, one thing, our culture, like the culture we brought, where we built with Dubuque, is just always push yourself. So I always have one thing I need to improve on the ice every single day, and off the ice too, in the gym. Maybe be better on my puck battles one day, or be better on the walls, or shoot the puck. Always have a goal in mind and then execute it, and then you feel accomplished every day. And then you look forward to the feeling of, hey, I did that today. And then obviously we have great billets here in Dubuque. So we always go over to each other's houses, play poker, movie night, have a lot of fun together. So it's hard not to have fun here throughout the season. So yeah.
The younger generation that listens to this podcast, we like to shed a little light on just player psyche and the mental side of the game. How important, you've seen the progression as a younger player into the person you are today, right? We always look at things and looking back at ourselves and say, well, we could have been better at this and we could have been better at that. But being in the moment is so important. The mental side of the game for you, how important is that, which controls a lot of different factors?
Yeah, the way you react to situations is definitely huge. I always say, always have a sound mind, like a calm mind in all situations. If it's a negative situation, always make sure you're calm so that you can assess, like, what's the issue, if there is an issue, and then not being too high or too low. Team's doing great. You're playing really good. Don't get super ecstatic all the time. Like, I have a 5-point night one weekend, then you have a bad game, and then you're down. But I think just always just stay calm in every situation, have fun. Fun is the most important thing for all the kids that are while you're watching this, just have fun. It never stops being fun when you just live in the moment and want to get better and always want to win too. It's also a long season, staying positive in every situation as well. It's really good. Helps you.
Is there any specific points of adversity that really stood out to you throughout your career, and talk about that and how you got through it?
So since I was 7, I've been diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome. I might be twitching right now in this meeting. I don't know, but It's like unexpected tics or twitches your body can make, and it can go along in your mind. It's definitely been a really big battle ever since I was 7. So like I have different things where I'd like flick my head and not know it when I'm on the ice, or make some weird noises or something like that. Going through it as a kid was really tough. I was bullied in school, obviously for that reason. But yeah, I didn't really let that get to me. I knew that I was given this, I call it a gift. Given this gift for a reason, to really like understand my mind and really understand my body as well. And just, it's been really good just to have that sense of control in my body. And now that I know, I've learned to control my Tourette's, so where it's not visible anymore, but it's a little bit in my head. But a lot of growth since I was a little kid. Going through juniors has been a tough challenge in my first couple of years, but now it's really calm, and just knowing more about my mind is really good.
Man, that's awesome.
That's amazing, man. I think that's so, once again, we appreciate your candor in kind of sharing that with us. It's huge. Yeah. It's huge for our audience. And especially, like we said, we're doing this for the younger generation also, right? Being in tune with who you are as a person is a huge piece of who you are as a player. And we always talk about where hockey's a piece of our lives, but it isn't what defines us. And I feel like you are well beyond your years, and just being able to really deal with something that's personal, but also have and be driven to a goal. And we can't commend you enough, man. That is completely so awesome. I can't say enough about that. Your time in Dubuque thus far, give us a memorable moment that has just been your moment so far in junior hockey.
My moment on the ice, what you're saying?
Yeah, just anything that's that makes you smile, that gives you a cool moment in the USHL thus far.
Obviously the Clark Cup finals. I mean, we have really good fans, and seeing our whole rink just completely full and ecstatic with all of our cowbells. It's really hard to play. I'm assuming it's really hard to play against when we're in our barn. I think the very last game, my first season so far, just playing against Fargo in that like do or die situation, it was really, really fun to play. And the energy in this rink was amazing. So yeah, that would be my biggest moment.
I could only imagine. Boys are priming for another run this year, though. The boys are ready. And I was going to ask, obviously, the major goal for the boys this year is the Clark. Every year it's the Clark. But is there any little milestones or things that you guys have hit? Completely fine if there's none, but any milestones that Dubuque is looking to hit this year, and any goals that you guys have set for the team?
Ooh, that's a good question. For a team standpoint, obviously win the Clark Cup, but just make sure that we have as little mistakes as we can in every game. Like we always play consistently the best we can every game, no matter what the situation with the refs is, what the situation with the ice is. You never know. Just always play the same way and be together as one group, like as one. So that's our main goal for the years. Obviously, hopefully win the Anderson Cup, being the best team record wise, and then just hopefully take home the Clark Cup. Have some fun.
No, that's amazing. You've experienced a lot. You're going to experience a lot. And you were a kid once as well, right? We talk about it. There's a lot of younger kids listening right now. What is your advice to that younger generation that a younger Colin Frank would want to hear as well?
Always have fun. Not be too focused on the negative. Always focus on the positive and affirmations. If something's not going on, speak it into existence. If a coach isn't playing you, say you're not having your best game, you're not on your A game, find the perfect sweet spot for your B game. Say you're not scoring a goal, lay a hit, or just make some good plays and win your battles. And then when you're picking a juniors team, always go to where you're going to play. Where you play is where you build your confidence, and everything will work out for a reason. So I always say just trust in the process, trust the plan, and have faith. So yeah, that's my big advice.
I love that, man.
Yeah. And best athletes that we talk to, always talking about staying in the present. I know you talked about that and how it's your biggest thing. Is there any specific, mental tips or things that you do to get your mind set? Got to have goldfish brain and goalie brain and not really remember anything that I did if it was bad, and just keep playing and living there.
I'd say the way you react to bad situations is the most important. If something bad happens on the ice and you freak out, you're like, dang it, like, I probably can't cuss on this thing, but yeah, darn, I missed that or something like that. And instead just be like, all right, take a deep breath, be ready for the next play. Just kind of wash it away goldfish brain and just be ready to score a goal maybe next shift.
Yeah.
Through this journey, inspirations and mentors through the course of time. I know you talked a little bit about, but who are those people that really kind of paved the way for your journey and more importantly, are just memorable figures that, I mean, I had them, Logan had them as well. People that really still to this day we confide in and still being able to really just let them know the difference they made in our lives, but also in this journey. Are there any people that, that you wanted to call out and kind of just let them know?
Obviously, my whole entire family, my parents, everybody, sacrifices made, the mentors they are, and just the support they give me is definitely a huge motivator to just be the best person I can possibly be. Even if hockey doesn't work out, I'm the best person to be, like, with all the development, all the lessons I've learned through hockey, all my coaches, Alex Kim, Brett Beebe. I got a bunch of names. Ready. Jeff Fries, Larry Barron, Craig Johnson, all those, Ty Azadi especially. You know him well, Frank. all my buddies, very grateful, and God as well. I'm a very spiritual person. I like to have faith and just trusting that everything's going to work out. So yeah, but obviously having my goals be to make the NHL the hugest thing.
That's beautiful, brother. I love that. I'm definitely all about showing love to all the people who have, invested in us and in what we're trying to do. And the last one, I wanted to ask this, the advice level, and say, for the USHL, what do you think is the biggest thing kids looking to be in your position where you're at in the USHL specifically? What do you think that they need to do to, get seen and make that jump to the next level?
Yeah, I would say always have confidence. If you're in a position where you have low confidence, maybe that's changing to your B game or A game, or trusting in the process, not focus on the short-term goals, but the long-term goals especially, and just live in the moment. Like I said earlier, that's the biggest thing.
I love it, brother. I love it so much. All right, we're going to lighten it up a little bit. We covered a lot about Colin Frank. We're going to do a little rapid fire. Okay. You have this thing with spicy food. I mean, I hear that you literally are completely immune to spicy food. There was a story out there from our good friend Ty Azadi who said that one time a guy was crying eating these habanero wings, but you were completely unfazed by this. So I want you to maybe kind of talk a little bit about that, but more importantly, it will parlay into another question, the pregame meal. What's Colin Frank diving into in his pregame meal?
Okay, let's go pregame meal. I got chicken and rice for my billets this year. And also, do you know like Nectar juice? You know what that is? I have a bowl from Nectar before every game, even away games. That's my go-to.
You going acai or what kind of bowl are you doing?
Acai bowl, yep.
You're not going dragon fruit, are you? Like, come on, the dragon, that's just...
No, not dragon.
Acai bowl for sure.
Logan, you probably like dragon fruit.
No. Don't insult me like that. But what is up with the spicy food? You're just immune?
Well, okay, I have a story about that. So my grandma, when we were little kids, about when I was 5, she called it like a sassy mouth. So whenever we talked back to my grandma or parents, you'd put a little Tapatio hot sauce on my tongue, make me hold it there for like 30 seconds. So eventually, after a couple weeks, I just got used to it and started like weirdly liking it. She had nothing to punish me anymore with like hot sauce. And then I just started loving hot food. So yeah, I still do to this day.
That's awesome. I got the soap, so I couldn't get anything.
That doesn't sound very fun, the soap.
This might be a no-brainer on the question, but what was your favorite NHL team growing up?
Growing up, the Ducks, for sure. But I'd say lately, ever since I went to a playoff game, the Golden Knights. That arena is...
T-Mobile is sick. I say it all the time. T-Mobile is so sick.
Fun. Great environment there.
Ooh, that parlays actually into the next one that's on the list.
Ooh,
best arenas that you've ever played in, or best arena that you want to play in going forward?
I would say best arena I've played in, the Dallas Stars arena, my first year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was there's no fans, not a lot of fans, but it was still really cool to be in that arena. And then I would say also Clark Cup Finals, Fargo Forces rink was really electric. That was really cool to see. T-Mobile Arena for where I want to play. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any NHL arena, really. But
of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Dream NHL teammate.
Ooh. I got to go Braden Point, Tampa Bay Lightning.
I like that. That's a good answer.
Player comparison, and yeah. Just great playmaker, so yeah.
I did want you to talk about something. You were it was an honor to play in Hlinka. Like, maybe kind of go through that. Playing for Team USA, it's always an honor to put USA across your chest. I wanted you to kind of talk about that a little bit. What did that mean for you? Because that's a huge honor, man.
It was a huge honor. Obviously, wearing USA on your chest is definitely a big thing, and being able to play against other countries and win most of the games was a huge honor. Just, I love the organization of USA Hockey is very official and professional. So I love the whole experience of trying to make the team through national camp and then going to Europe and just being able to play the game I love, represent my country. So that was huge. That was really fun.
That's awesome, man. I wanted to make sure we brought that up because we were actually talking in the pre-interview and wanted to throw that out. That's amazing.
Yeah, so dope, dude. It's obviously a dream come true no matter what. And I think this next one's kind of funny to ask after this one, but what is your hidden talent off the ice?
Just dummying hot sauce.
I put me in like the Buffalo Wild Wings hot sauce challenge. I can do the splits from being the goalie, so I did say that would be my hidden talent for sure.
Can you surf?
I can surf, yes.
So that's a good one too.
Great surfer, yeah.
We're versatile in California, right, Logan?
Okay, I know.
We don't just like fly by the seat of our pants like you.
Oh.
All right, buddy. I know the boys are getting the tunes going in the room, but are you a singular headphones guy? Are you just playing with what the boys are playing in the locker room? And if so, what do you got going through those headphones? What's your song that gets you going before the game?
Before the game, I'm usually like with the boys. We have a big speaker, so we always like to jam around. Probably why our chemistry is so good too. But if I have my headphones on, I love EDM. I love Snoop Dogg, old rap. But I gotta go with the reggae. That's a California thing. I've been growing up with Bob Marley.
Vibes. Yep.
And the Alexa is playing Bob Marley every morning, so I never get sick of it. So I'd say "Could You Be Loved" by Bob Marley would be my big one. I don't know how, but it just gets me in the zone. So yeah, feels good.
I love it. That's a great answer. Gotta ask this one too. Boys are stopping at the gasser or stopping somewhere. What's the cheap meal you're getting after a game?
I love my Propel waters.
Okay.
And then I got let's go Sour Patch Kids. If I'm really thinking about cheating,
there you go.
Yes.
Yeah. Colin's he's a finely tuned athlete too. I know Ty was saying even at a young age you were dialed in, so that's awesome, man. It's good.
Yeah, nutrition's pretty big for me.
No, that's well, I mean, it's working. Look at you, killing it, dude. So it's if it ain't broke, why fix it, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
I know it's a loaded question. I know there's a lot of things to say, but if you could say one word that describes Colin Frank's game,
that's really tough. Oh man, can I like phone a friend or something? No, I'm kidding.
Ty's actually back.
Josh, help us out.
I would say tenacity.
I love it. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Brother,
I
love it.
Explain why or something? Or like,
no.
Yeah, get into it. Get into it.
As a small guy, I like always being able to just hunt the puck, always want to get the puck back. And when I do have the puck, just know I'm the best player out there and just be able to score. So yeah, just full confidence, believe in myself. So just kind of a rat to play against.
We know you're gonna tuck some. We know you'll put some. You know we're gonna give the goalie some sunburn. It's fine.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we can't. There's one more.
Oh boy.
Selly, okay? I know recently there's been a little controversy over Selly. Ty was a little bit questioning a Selly you did, but your Selly of choice, brother. What is it when you're tucking a big one?
Obviously Ty's going to chirp me about that, of course. Ty. I don't even know. I feel like I have a different Selly in Pittsburgh every year than normal. Eating a giant bowl of soup in Pittsburgh, I don't know, it just felt natural at the time. So I was like, all right, let's do it. Home games, I don't know, just go on one knee and then pop up. And then away games, depends how the crowd's acting.
You give them the
I'm hearing me out or something like that. Or it comes natural to me, I guess. Yeah. Like that.
You're a showman. You're a showman. What can he say? Exactly. What can he say? But brother, seriously, thank you so much for coming on. This has been absolutely amazing. I think super informative for everyone listening. And you have such a cool journey, and we seriously can't thank you enough. And we love the Dubuque boys as well. They're the best. So much energy, so much passion, and we're really excited to watch you guys this year.
Really appreciate you guys having me on. It's a huge honor to be able to have a conversation with you guys. It's awesome.
What can I say, man? When I met you years ago outside of TSC, I heard you were a special player. I saw it for myself. But more importantly, you're
an amazing kid that is a byproduct of an amazing family, but just to see your journey and you being focused and being able to reach these heights that you're reaching, I can't say enough and I can't express enough that it's what hockey's about. What we're trying to build with this platform is to show knowledge and show confidence for the next generation that hockey is hard. It's not easy, and it's part of life. It's part of the journey. And to see you battling through that adversity, but reaching these amazing achievements, we love you, man. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
We appreciate it. That's it's another wrap and an amazing episode. Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Love you, Ty Zotti. Let's go.
Thank you so much for Colin Frank joining the show. As you can see, an amazing kid. The future is bright. An amazing leadership group at the Dubuque Fighting Saints as well. LRL family, Teddy Merrill, captaining that amazing squad. And we said it, Logan, like we got the chance to interview these guys at the Fall Classic. And when we say that winning culture is within everybody in that room, it's the honest truth. These guys are such a unit. We saw it at the beginning of the season at the Fall Classic. We were fans of the Dubuque Fighting Saints, and it's no surprise that that's translating to their success this season. So best of luck to the Dubuque Fighting Saints. Great crew over there. Great, amazing people behind the scenes as well. Can't wait to see it.
I can't wait to see their season 2, Frankie. It's going to unfold amazingly. I have nothing but high hopes. I'll knock on wood for them, but they have the right pieces to this puzzle of success. You know, energy, good leadership, commitment, hard work. It's just all the values that it shines through. Even when you see him walking in a hallway, it shines through and you can see that. And especially just such a bundle of joy, and he's awesome and can't thank him enough. We're so excited to watch your career unfold, bro.
Thanks again for coming on, man. You know, best of luck the rest of the way. I think it would have been their first year. They made it all the way to the Clark Cup final and fell a little bit short. So with everyone that's coming back and everything, they have a real shot at it this year. So it's going to be fun to see it unfold.
Guys, as we know, this wouldn't even be possible, wouldn't even be allowed without the amazing support of our sponsors, Buddy Hockey Club, Best Damn Tape, and newly announced Quench Hydration. Can't thank you enough for joining us for another amazing episode. We love you. We appreciate you. And Logan?
Use code LockerRoomLife. Check out quenchhydration.com. 15% off your entire order.
We love you. We'll see you on the next one.